I suppose it's been quite some time since I've had this much quiet. Even in New York, in 2020, for the most part, I was alone. But despite COVID, despite general lockdown in the city, New York is always loud. And there were the sounds of ambulance sirens, and there's always some traffic in the city. So this sort of eerie silence never really happened there. And I don't associate quiet with Beirut. And I also don't associate sort of very warm weather in January with Beirut. So I flew in about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago or so, even more, 3 weeks ago. And it was very warm, unusually warm, 22 degrees, 23 Celsius during the day. At times, t-shirt weather, I was sweating. And I mean, the holiday season was very crowded. It was packed, maybe less so than usual, but still sort of helps explain why we're in a curfew and a lockdown right now because of the insane COVID rates and the outrageous figures. So now it's my first experience, I think, with a curfew in the city, in Beirut. And no traffic. It's been absolutely still since around 6 p.m. the evening yesterday. And now it's still very quiet. And finally, a storm sort of lowered the temperature a bit. It's raining. So it feels a little bit more like maybe this time of the year, but the silence is startling. So I don't know the last time I've had this much quiet at 9:30, 9:45 in the morning in any city, and I thought I'd take advantage and do an audio episode. It's been quite some time that I haven't just sort of focused on the audio section of the podcast only. And I'd like to share a piece that I wrote. It was released late December in L'Orient Le Jour, and it was released just about a week ago in L'Orient Today, their English edition. And I'm going to obviously read the English edition because if I tried in French, I think I'd have people sort of tuning out right now. So I can't do French, unfortunately, but I can sort of pull off English. And I will read the English edition of the piece, and it reflects on the last 7 years of my personal life, but it reflects also on many things, and it reflects on the wider principle that I hold dear, and an anniversary that recently passed, 27 December, the anniversary of my father's assassination, and what I consider to be most important, which is justice. And the title of the piece is "We Should Not Mourn Justice."